Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan, and welcome to a reaction video where I am going to be reacting to the Portal 2 Lab Rat comic that came out in advance of the Portal 2 campaign. Uh, my name is Ryan. I have a master's degree in creative writing. I really love paying attention to the writing in games, and so when I finished Portal 1, or Portal, and heard that a web comic was released to explain some of the, or to provide some backstory on some of the major questions I had about what was happening behind the scenes in Portal 1 and that would lead into a Portal 2 campaign, I got very excited. We've played Portal 1. You can find that video on my YouTube channel. We're about to start tomorrow a Portal 2 blind playthrough, and I am very excited to get into that. So without further ado, my name's Ryan. Let's do this. You may see my dogs coming into the background of these screens at some point because every time I talk to a camera, they get excited and think that I'm talking to them. Portal 2, Lab Rat. All right, I'm going to do my best to provide. I'm just going to react, but I'm also going to do my best to maybe provide something interesting in terms of a writing perspective about what's going on here. I don't know almost anything about graphic art, so I am looking forward to having my mind blown by this. Portal 2, Lab Rat. All right. So this should be our character. I saw myself in the mirror a couple times during Portal 1, or not a mirror. I saw myself through a portal a couple times. This, I don't know who this is. Looks like scientist vibes with the white coat. Reality is a story the mind tells itself. An artificial structure conjured into being by the calcium ion exchange of a million synaptic firings. A truth so strange it can only be lied into existence. And our mind... Oh, that face. And our minds can lie. Never doubt it. This is the same image of this guy scrawling on the walls. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably the guy who was scrawling behind the scenes in Portal 1. Hear the turret, for it is knell, like a death knell, like the death scream of a of something that is dying, summons to heaven or to hell. Oh my god. Okay, we also have these dots between like portals and signs. This feels very red thready. Also got a red button everywhere. Like these dots were, I think, on the walls in Aperture Science to like lead you between different experiments. Okay. So the theme so far is reality is just a story that the mind tells itself. What's this? Real or just my lying mind again? Can she truly be awake after all this time? No, just a figment. If she were real, the turrets would see her too. She being me or she being Companion Cube, who is the actual hero of this actual hero of the first game. Target acquired. Thudda 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 thudda. The end is finally upon us. Don't even try. Feels like a trial. These look like lips. I thought these were just circles at first, but these look like lips. Is it lips for our affection for Companion Cube? These are dialogue boxes. Two little hands grabbing these two portals. So my understanding so far would be Mad Scientist guy is fully in a building built for observing a trial, but that has kind of gone to shit over time. Scientist guy is there and observing me, or the main character. But questioning reality, questioning if his mind is actually seeing what it thinks it sees. Employees open, do not open. Employees only, do not open. Companion Cube strapped to his back. You know what this guy reminds me of? This guy reminds me of, in terms of art, a little bit like Count Olaf from the series of Unfortunate Event books. His eyes, though, remind me mostly of a, like, woo, maybe that Scream painting or like a Picasso cubist portrait. Okay, there's a jar for the end times. Companion Cube says, don't do it. I have to. Please try to understand. Okay, so we have different... We have the same image in two different ways here. So to me, that makes me think which of these is the two realities. is the real reality between the two options. I love the differences in the hair. Ooh, one feels very like a bedraggled, old, unkempt, and the other one is very crazed scientist, almost like he's been electrified. We put cameras in the cameras. They'll never suspect. Oh, I didn't turn my alerts off. Sorry about that. Hey, Bamba is live. Thanks for the follow. You just made it into the YouTube video. Let me turn that off real quick so y'all can't hear that. All right, sorry about that. We put cameras in the cameras. He'll never suspect. Genius. And then we have narrative writing. The cube root of 2x is irrational. If x is irrational, ziaprazidone, antipsychotic medication, prescription, Doug. Okay, I'm going to call you Doug. These, again, are the same like, very realistic looking type of style, whereas these are the... Ooh, that is beautiful. Holy shit. God, that is... Look at his tongue. Oh, his uvula. Oh, that's terrifying. Come on, you don't need those anymore. You're fine, Companion Cube says. It's been so long. I've been saving these last two for this day. I'm going to need a clear head for what is to come. This will be the end of us, Companion Cube says. It might literally be the end of a hallucination of Companion Cube. Also, all of this is drawn on a pill bottle. That's cool. Gulp, gulp. There are moments when I can almost see the underlying grammar of this place. Ooh, okay. That's poetic. The underlying grammar. An impossibility. Some mad architect's opus. Or like their defining work. A relic from an age that never could have been. It is a metastasized amalgam of add-ons, additions, and appropriations building itself out of itself. Beautiful and terrible. And like anything cloned from a cancer cell, probably immortal. Okay, that's a lot. So we have puzzle pieces. Oh man, interesting. The way I read this panel so far is that though the location of Portal 1 feels like a testing facility that could have been real, as we know from playing the game, it obviously goes sort of off the rails in many ways, and Doug seems to be saying it's sort of off the rails from the start. It's not an actual, like, well-designed testing facility. It's a thing building itself, like GLaDOS building itself out of itself. It's almost like an AI version. That's probably what the best version, the best metaphor is. Like telling an AI to write a script about AI would lead to this sort of thing. It's GLaDOS like attempting. My reading is it's GLaDOS attempting to do GLaDOS's best version of what a testing facility would look like. So I don't know though. I don't know. We definitely saw like clipboards and actual like writing behind the scenes about like what this patient did and what this subject did. So I have to imagine there were real scientists really running it and actually in charge, like in this. Although they do not look like scientists, really. Huh. Required safety goggles and steel-toe boots. Aperture not responsible for eye or toe damage. Stay to the right, turrets ahead on your left. Whatever you say. Okay. That is a padded room. That looks like a padded room with imaginary things upon it. Another mural to mark the occasion. We have more. This was my big thing with Portal 1. The person who came before us, who I think is Doug, had a big advantage above us, which is that Doug had a marker or a paintbrush, apparently, or a spray paint can. I really wanted one. Where is the girl now? On her way to the final chamber. You mean with her, ... or question mark, GLaDOS. So this signifies that Doug was alive the whole time. Like, simultaneously, we were running through the same facility in opposite directions, almost. Or in non-overlapping paths. She doesn't have a chance, Companion Cube says. Oh, she has more of a chance than you think. Shell. Turn my head completely upside down. So that must be us. She has more of a chance than you think. We must be Shell. Boom. What's this say? Art therapy? The Bennett way? The Bennett way. I don't know the Bennett reference. Oh my god, we're only 9 panels in. Holy shit, this might be a little bit of a long video, but I'm very much enjoying myself. Essay question 1A. Why should Aperture Science accept you as a research volunteer, and would anyone file a police report if you went missing? HR notes. Subject refused to answer. Interesting. Oh, that's the real shining. To me, that's the shining thing that Portal does better than any other game that I've played. Other than maybe like Subnautica, right? Like Subnautica does a good job of like corporate culture gone wrong at times. Aperture does it better though, or Portal does it better though. Aperture Sciences is so fucked up. What was that? There's a big boom. Things have exploded. This is me killing GLaDOS. Are you okay? The room shook itself to pieces like an unbalanced centrifuge. I heard an explosion. What could it mean? At the end of Portal 1, spoilers, I guess, we appear outside, but then we get arrested and dragged back inside. We see the outside world. So I wonder what's... This sounds like right now is the end of the game, but we still have 17 pages left. Only one thing it can mean. Doug is running. Count Olaf is running, sprinting with the personnel file. She did it. It's over. The ultimate systems crash. It's been a hell of a morning. You missed all of the fun. So what is this? This is back in reality. Reality. We had to hit the kill switch again. Henry, you have a strange idea of fun. Hey, we're lucky to be working on this. You've got a strange idea of luck, too. They are I mean, hypothetically, they're scientists. Think about it. Every generation gets some new frontier to tackle. Einstein got relativity. The NASA cowboys got the moon. All the easy stuff is taken. What's yours? AI? Artificial consciousness. Take a look around you. We're on the bleeding edge here. Artificial consciousness is the next frontier. Nice word choice of bleeding edge, by the way, which is, of course, it means the thing that he mentions. But it also just sounds hella menacing. Hella menacing. Every time we turn it on, it takes a 16th of a picosecond before it tries to kill us. GLaDOS? Last time was a 10th of a picosecond. See, we're making progress. I'm telling you, this is our generation's moonshot. Cave Johnson here. You lab boys quit your yapping and get back to work. This has been a pre-recorded message. Okay, so Cave Johnson just knows that they have a tendency to see, this is Portal right here. It's two humans sitting there talking about policing an artificial consciousness. And then, in the process of them talking through how they will police this artificial consciousness, a pre-recorded message polices them. Well, who's the lab rat? Who's the scientist? It's all recursive. I'd rather have gone to the moon, this guy says. This guy's really bummed. Wait. This isn't Doug, right? In case of rogue AI, dial extension 219, by the way. Look at this face right here. It's just shaped the same way, I think. We'll have to keep an eye on that, though. The guy who really does not want to be a part of the duo kind of looks like Doug, but I think he was in the background of that last... Let's scroll all the way back. That image where... I guess I could have just gone like this. Is this him, or are these two different people? Shit, maybe it is Doug. That's him. Holy shit. I understand now. Okay, I think I was like here. That is Doug. Doug's not into it. Doug has doubts. Where's the girl? She didn't stay to check out her handiwork? She, at this point, is probably either on the surface or in the, like, supply closet place, looking at some cake. She must have gotten out. Probably on the surface, soaking up some sun. I'm sure you're right. What is this sun of which you speak? And she has the right idea. Come on, we're wasting daylight. A comment that means nothing when you live inside of a lab. Watch out for the turrets. The queen may be dead, but this hornet's nest has been kicked. Look at the outlined red around the hands and the nose and the heart. The exit is in sight. Freedom! My eyes! My eyes! Shh, I hear something. Get down before it sees you. This is the turret, the like, I don't remember what it's called, but the robot arresting Shell. It looks like our leg thing might be a little bit broken there too. No, it's dragging her back inside. Yeah, there it is. Hey, Doug, can I get a hand in here? So if that's the case, the Doug is, yeah, he says Doug right here. So, these are then flashbacks to what happened before. I should have probably pieced that together earlier, but I'm happy I pieced it together at all. Sure. Doug is working on building or repairing turrets. Reach inside past all those gears and turn on the power supply. Yeah, that seems very unsafe. OSHA has entered the chat. Look at this scary image. Wait a second. Safety first. Are you right or left-handed? Right. You better use your left hand then. Why? Just in case. Oh, they're so good at writing workplace comedy. It's just great. What is that thing anyway? Just the latest in AI inhibition technology. So this is AI inhibition technology. Let's go back real quick. One more screen. I know I'm taking my sweet time here, but the thing that drags us away is in one of these images. Which one? Right here. That looks like a GLaDOS head, right? As does this. It looks like a GLaDOS head. You can think of it as a conscience. Okay. If that's all you use to control her, it won't be enough. Why is that? You can always ignore your conscience. So we'll give her 7 consciences, or 4, or whatever it was. You don't have to go back in there, Companion Cube says. I can't just walk away. You're right. Walking is too slow. Run away. Running is what I've been doing. Running and hiding. That's why you're still alive. The irony of Doug saying you can't always ignore your conscience, and then we enter a scene where hypothetically Doug is talking to himself. Companion Cube has to be a figment of his imagination. Because we all know it's not his actual... Companion Cube doesn't talk as much as we'd love for her to. Running is what I've been doing. Running and hiding. That's why you're still alive. You're not a hero. Heroes die. What an interesting worldview. Heroes die. You don't understand. It's my fault she's down there. I'm not leaving her. I would have been trapped forever if not for her. Listen, it's too dangerous. You're going to get killed. So be it. I'm done running. I have to at least try to save her. Then you really are crazy. To be continued. But we're only halfway through. So we're fine. we'll get some resolution here. I'm not feeling so good. Those pills you took, I think the medicine is starting to work. Soon you won't need me anymore, Companion Cube says. I'll always need you. I don't think you will. No. Legality. Test subjects who fail to wake from long-term cryo something sleep are something dead. Okay. The cryo suspension process is both safe and fun. This is the room we started in. They already put her in long-term relaxation. I need to get up to cryo control, but turrets block the way. Her cryo chamber. Something's wrong. Life support has been compromised. The explosion blew the main grid. Her chamber is offline. Am I suffocating? Is Shell suffocating? All the cryo chambers are offline. Oh my god. This is beautiful. Oh man. I love the style they've chosen for this webcomic. It is so... the blues and reds first and oranges or whatever are just obviously like thematically makes a lot of sense with Portal and is the same art style, but mostly the lines around each panel are hand drawn. They're very uneven. They're splattered what looks like spray paint or flecks of paint. Everything is like, it looks like explosions from a... It looks like I've done only a little bit of art history, but it looks like the post World War II type of like art styles where things just got like deformed and fucked up is the way I would say it, but I'm not an art history guy. I'm only going to get one chance. I have to cross the room, get past the turrets, jump the rail, dive left or right to avoid being shot. Okay, do I dive left or right? Hello? You still back there? Companion Cube. Oh, left or right? Don't make me guess. I'm running out of time. Well, ready or not? He trips? He gets hit? Does he get shot in the leg? Is that what this means? This red dot right here? This red, looks like he gets shot in the leg. Oh, yeah, he got shot in the leg. Fuck. Must. This is beautiful. Stay conscious. Slipping out of consciousness. The Enrichment Center would like to announce a new employee initiative of forced voluntary participation. If any Aperture Science employee would like to opt out of this new voluntary testing program, please remember, science rhymes with compliance. Do you know what doesn't rhyme with compliance? Neurotoxin. Due to high mortality rates, you may be reluctant to participate in the new initiative. The Enrichment Center assures you this is a strictly selfish impulse on your part, and why can't you love science like insert coworker's name here? And now there's just you. All the others are dead. Yep, all right. Love it. Doug was the only one left. You've avoided capture for weeks. What makes you so different? Delusions of persecution, pathological paranoia. It's all right here in your file. Have you refilled your prescription lately? Bite me. Schizophrenia is a culturally bound phenomenon. Its pattern of expression is filtered through the cultural substrate in which its symptoms develop. Oh, buddy, interesting. In technological societies, this manifests as delusions of surveillance and a belief that advanced technology is deployed against you, usually with some vague, unseen other out to get you. Interesting. You're not vague, you're pretty damn specific. If you continue to selfishly evade me, it's not going to reflect well in your file. Of course, the files. That might be a little solution. Look at this, runs around this little box. Okay, so big piece of information here. And I'm going to be the wrong person to break it down, but Doug has schizophrenia. And I am very interested in the accuracy of these two thought bubbles because they are very interesting. So, idea here being Doug has schizophrenia. In a society like this one where questions of AI consciousness and the advancing of technology too far are the culturally relevant questions, Doug's schizophrenia would therefore follow along those themes. The problem is, we as outside observers can say, Doug isn't being paranoid. Doug is trapped in a hellhole. Oh, God. Very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. I feel so bad for Doug. I can't see you, but I know you're in there. Is it just coincidence that you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and now believe a homicidal computer is out to get you? Come on, how likely is that? I mean, really, you're a scientist. So Doug, confirmed scientist. I wonder of what, though? It looked like he was maybe repairing robots. He's working on AI stuff. I wonder what sort of scientist. Are we talking like computer scientist? Are we talking like hard sciences? Just kidding. If you're a computer scientist, I love you. I'm sorry. You do a very hard job. I study literature. I certainly am not a scientist. What is more likely, that you're being chased by a homicidal computer, or that this is all just the paranoid delusion of an unstable mind? How cruel of you, GLaDOS. Why not come out of there, and you'll see none of this is real. Which brings us back to the first panel, right? The first page. Reality is a lie that the mind, reality is a lie that the mind interprets anyways. But that's doubly true with schizophrenia. I'd ask you to think outside the box on this, but it's obvious your box is broken and has schizophrenia. Speaking of boxes, do you know that thought experiment with the cat in the box with the poison theory requires the cat be both alive and dead until observed? I actually performed the experiment dozens of times. The bad news is that reality does not exist. The good news is we have a new cat graveyard. GLaDOS confirmed, tried a fucked up and incorrect version of Schrodinger's cat. It's not like, my understanding would be, it's not that GLaDOS like performed the wrong test. It's that GLaDOS performed a test on an untestable thing and therefore drew conclusions, and that's funny. That's like science misinterpreting philosophy. That's funny. Or even, anyways, misinterpreting theory. Why are you in the file room anyway? What could you possibly be doing? Yes, this is the one. Are you looking for shell? Are you looking for It has to be her. Oh, it is. Looking for Shell. In the event you don't survive the testing process, DNA may be harvested from your body with your consent and used to create clones in the furtherance of science. Clones. Failure to survive the testing process shall be viewed as granting consent. Also, clones don't have souls, just so you know. Like twins. Like twins? It has to be her. Look at that keyboard. That's cute. It's just like the skewed the like fisheye lens perspective. So it's Excel sheet. Shell redacted 1498. Shell redacted. Switched the number, moved it up to number 1. Test subject order has been modified. So they made sure that Shell would be the next person to be alive. And now we're back at... Is this back in reality where we've been shot in the leg? I don't see a wound. Or we're slipping into unconsciousness. Since the installation... Just a couple pages left, by the way. 4 pages after this one. We're very close. Since the installation of my new morality core, I've lost all interest in killing. Now I only crave science. I'm pleased to hear that. I find myself drawn to the study of consciousness. There's an experiment I'd like to perform during Bring Your Cat to Work Day. Wonderful. I'll have the box and the cats. Now I just need one more thing. What's that? A little neurotoxin. Well, as long as it's for science. What a fucking fool. This guy, what a fool. Ugh. How long have I been out? Long enough, Companion Cube. Long enough that your meds have worn off and I'm talking to you again. You're back. I never left you. There's something I wanted to ask. How did you know about the girl? Know what? That she was the one. How did Doug know? Something in her file. She had the highest IQ? No, somewhere higher. And she was the fastest? The most athletic? No, nothing like that. Then what? A hunch. The thing about clones, I feel like, is a sign to something. I don't know what it is yet, though. You might still be able to save her. Are we related? Is Shell a clone of me? But I haven't actually failed yet, and so maybe Shell is a clone of somebody that Doug hasn't actually failed yet and died, and so DNA hypothetically has not been collected. Is Shell a clone of someone? That's my question. I can't get to her cryo chamber. You can't free her, but you might save her. You can patch her cryo unit into the reserve grid. You can reset the fuses and restart her life support if it's not too late already. He's crawling. He has been shot in the leg. This is the wound right there. Even if it works, there will be no wake-up date. She'll be in there indefinitely. So it's the long sleep or the long sleep. Death or forever cryo sleep. And I don't know which is worse. Forgive me. Oh, chills. It worked. Sleep well. Both alive and dead. Until someone opens the box. Maybe it's time I slept too. I'm so tired now. You've earned a rest. You see, I told you I would always need you. Use his companion cube to get up onto the bed. Oh, how many pages? 1 page left. Oh. Are we cryo sleeping there or are we just sleeping? The thing that we have. Oh, it's tenacity. We have abnormal tenacity. Oh, that's beautiful. Holy shit. Oh, it makes me think of why we named the Perseverance rover. Oh, that's gonna make me cry. Oh, NASA's Perseverance rover. I'm such a sucker for believing that that really is one of the best human qualities, one of the qualities that makes us that gives me hope and makes me hopeful for our future. At the very least, we've got that. We might not be the smartest, we might not be the wisest, but at least we've got that. Companion Cube and Doug side by side. I'm going to choose to read that until I play Portal 2, and maybe things will change. As Doug's dying act. I don't believe that he's still awake, even though there is glass over it, so maybe. I don't think he would have gotten medical care. I don't understand how that would work. I think he's dead. Shell. Username redacted. 99th above the 99th percentile for abnormal tenacity levels. Rejected, do not test because of that tenacity, I think. Proctor's note. Test subject is abnormally stubborn. She never gives up. Ever. And that is the Portal 2 webcomic. Holy shit, I'm very excited to get into Portal 2. That was beautiful. Oh, man. Truly, I mean, like, artistically beautiful. But also just, like, the thing that I can appreciate the most is, I mean, anyone can appreciate the art, and maybe maybe other people can appreciate it much more than me. I'm sure someone else could, but the thing that I can appreciate is the tying together of all of these different themes, which is that, I mean, reality is a story the mind tells itself, has many, many meanings in Portal 1, in Portal, the main campaign, and in this story that we've just heard here. Uh, and I just love it. The story behind the person who is writing all of the messages. Doug, what a hero. What a hero. I hope to God there's some reference to Doug in the second game. There's got to be, right? There's got to be. I guess I will find out tomorrow. All right. Oh, the other thing I'm thinking is that this whole webcomic is like another outsider perspective, watching Shell, watching us as we play Portal 1. You know, it's just an outside perspective. We're once again a lab rat, except this time the person doing the watching and doing the studying of us is potentially a moral, or at least more moral person, actor. They sacrificed so much to get us to the end. And they went back in after freedom. Doug went back in after freedom. Oh. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope that you have very much enjoyed the lab rat. If you've never seen it before, isn't that cool? If you have, I hope that I could at least provide some interesting perspective on it. I am going to be headed out of here so that I can go record Portal 2 and see what this lovely game has to offer. I have high hopes based on what so many people have said. If you enjoyed this, maybe you could watch Portal 1 or Portal 2 playthroughs. If not, thanks so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for dropping by. If you'd like more of these sort of Ryan reacts to writing in video games sort of things, let me know, and let me know what it is. Let me know what it is that you'd like to see me react to, because I really enjoyed this. It puts the best part of my brain to work, the part that all those books relate to. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Like or a positive comment on this video helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, or overlord, the current AI overlord. I'll see you all in another video. Until then, bye-bye.